Here it is your boy KC Too Real, man. I am back with another Talking Stock Tuesdays. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I missed last week. I was on vacation, so that's why I didn't drop a video last week. But you know, we are back. A lot been going on since I've been gone, so we're gonna get into it. I know it's on everybody's mind, but we gotta go slow, man. We're gonna get into it though. All right, so title for this is tariffs, volatility, and opportunity, man. This is what we going through, and this is how we gonna get through it. Okay. So what is the overview of the market? What's been going on with the market, especially this week? Trump's announced Liberation Day tariffs. That's what he called it. That was last week on Wednesday, and the market has been falling ever since. Um, Now there's some new tariffs getting talked about coming this week, but we'll get into that in a second, right? So that's why the market has mostly been down because of the tariffs. He did 10% across the board for every country, and then he did 25% on the EU and China, and the EU is Europe. So stocks reacted crazy, recession fears spiked, but some sectors remain solid, right? So we got like consumer staples, defensive stocks, things of that nature. A lot of people started putting their money into Bitcoin. We seen crypto go up. So people are just panicking. They moving their money all around. They don't know what to do. They're not certain. And they're just going through a tough time trying to navigate what Trump is going to do next, right? So um, the volatility index, which is the VIX, is way up, which is to be expected, of course, because like I said, everybody's uncertain about what to do. Some people are talking. There's people on TikTok talking about they ready to liquidate their 401k because they watching it drop 25, 30K. Um, so there's things going on. Personally in my own family, people are moving money and things around. So it's a lot going on, including myself. It's a lot going on. So let's get into it. So today, the market was actually up a little bit. Now I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This just screams market manipulation. Call me a conspiracy theorist. You call me crazy. Say I'm just making it up. I don't understand what could possibly lead to the market having a good day. Um, I think that is just big investor manipulation. I think people are seeing millions of dollars being wiped out in days, and I think people are panicking to at least try to return some of that money to their clients and make exit moves quick, right? So I think this is a bull trap. I definitely think um, I don't think the market is going to go back up. I think that we're entering a bear market, and I think after these new tariff announcements that we're going to talk about in a minute, I definitely think that the market will be back down. I don't think this rally is going to last. I think it's going to be very, very short lived. It may last 2, 3 days at max. But with everything going on, and it seems like countries aren't backing down, nobody's really bending the knee. If there was countries out here saying, you know what, Trump, we don't want that smoke, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of countries aren't saying that. A lot of countries are saying, you're not going to do us like this. So do with that information what you will. All right. So earnings reports are big, big, big this week. I know a lot of people, there's many investors out there that say, oh, earnings reports don't really matter. They don't really move the market. Whatever. But these earnings reports are going to be very, very important. Now, keep in mind, this data from these earnings reports will be from before the tariffs were announced. So this data will not reflect how tariffs have affected it, right? So that will be next quarter. Sorry, y'all. I got crazy allergies right now. All this pollen outside. But anyways, so Delta Airlines drops earnings tomorrow, which is Wednesday, to see how travel is looking. Now, keep in mind this is pre-tariff travel. JP Morgan is reporting on Friday. Bank results equals market insight. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna really reflect post-tariff business, but we'll see. So stocks to watch, right? So, like you said in the beginning, not every stock is down, right? I'm personally in a lot of ETFs. I'm in some defensive stocks, things such as McDonald's, things of that nature, which are down some. They also did go down with the market a little bit, but nowhere near as much as everything else in tech stocks and things of that nature, and semiconductor stocks and all that type of stuff. So, a few things that I've been looking into is insurance. Insurance seems to be pretty defensive, and they also pay good dividends. I'm in an insurance ETF called KIE. If y'all want to go look that up, do your own research on that. Um, I also bought gold, right? So I'm in IAU. You can also buy GLD. Um, those are two gold ETFs that I like. So those are just some things that I wanted to tell y'all about. And also VIG, which is the Vanguard Dividend ETF with for dividends. So if you want to get good dividends while your money just kind of sits, um, VIG is a good option, and it's an ETF. It's not just an individual dividend stock, right? So all that aside, now those are my personal picks. These are too, but those are the ones that I just like to be transparent with everybody about what I'm actually invested in. So people don't think I'm just telling them to invest in some shit that I wouldn't invest in, right? So, anyways, Bank of America is a stock to look into, right? Now, keep in mind, with everything going on, inflation rates probably will not come down. I know Trump. I don't know this, but I'm assuming that Trump's cabinet is hoping that the Fed will have to lower rates because of all the tariff pressure. Um, I don't know if he's going to do that because if he does, he could just spark hyperinflation because people start spending again. Prices go up really bad. Prices are already up from the tariff, so that's like a double whammy. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll see, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt. He may lower them slightly, but I think they're going to remain sticky. So that's just my sentiment. So Bank of America is one of those stocks that you can watch, but keep in mind that interest rates probably won't be moving because I know that's a lot. The interest rate matters a lot when you're buying financial stocks, especially like banks and things of that nature. So just keep that in mind, right? Okay, Chewy. Chewy, I've talked about a lot. I've talked about it before I even started the stock club. I used to make Instagram videos about Chewy when I used to show my trades on Instagram and things of that nature. The reason Chewy is always a good choice, their price. Now, keep in mind, um, they won't feel the pressure of tariffs because they are U.S. based operations, right? So people still got to feed their pets somehow, right? So the fact that Chewy has that advantage of being U.S. based, um, their price point will probably be a lot lower than a lot of their competition that may have to import goods and their formulas from another country or anything like that, right? So that's another one to keep in mind. Amazon, I love Amazon. I think Amazon is a very, very slept on stock. even though it's decent priced, I think Amazon could be a lot higher. Um, they do allocate a lot of their money towards innovation, so their profit margins are kind of thin. But I think Amazon is definitely going to be one of the ones for the future, especially with things going on right now with supply chains and things. Amazon might be able to fulfill some of these supply chains that people can't get access to because of these tariffs. Oh, Nvidia. Nvidia, no matter what the chip market is doing, Nvidia is still going to be the king of the future. Everything that is done up to this point has put them in the perfect position to have the infrastructure for everything AI related going forward, right? So we've heard a whole bunch of people say it. It is not a lie. I mean, if you think I'm lying, just go look up the NVIDIA conferences on YouTube. Look up their new technology and things that they're doing. They're at the forefront of everything. So definitely NVIDIA wise cheap. In Netflix, I've been talking about Netflix for these last couple weeks. Actually, I've been talking about Netflix ever since the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, right? Netflix is in the ones. They may have some type of pressure coming from tariffs, but I really don't think so because they're digital in their subscriber base. So I mean, you can't really put tariffs on subscriptions. So and they're still worldwide. So I definitely think Netflix is going to be one of them ones, especially as a lot of people are moving out of these risky stocks and moving more into stocks they can feel more comfortable about and more safer with. You may see Netflix really, really take a boom, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay, so oh, I'm clicking too much. Okay, sorry, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about some news. Apple faces major challenges amid new tariffs, right? So Apple is not doing good. Neither is Nike, but Apple is doing horrible. Nike was already slowly declining for a while now, but um, I don't think most investors saw Apple taking the type of dive that it's taking, right? So um, let's talk about the stock performance. Apple stock has experienced significant volatility due to recent tariff announcements. Um, Now this is where we talk about these new tariffs, right? Because we already saw the board with 10% across the board and the extra 25% and all that. So the US administration has imposed 104% tariff on Chinese imports. That directly affects Apple, right? Which it assembles approximately 90% of its product in China. So, as you can guess, they're feeling the heat. So, what is the market reaction? In response to these tariffs, Apple shares fell nearly 5% on April 8th, right? That's today. Just today, 5%, reducing its market capitalization to under 2.6 trillion and causing it to lose its position as the world's most valuable company to Microsoft, right? So, um, shout out to Ian Dunlap. He's been calling it for months now, but yeah, I told y'all that Apple wasn't, they didn't produce nothing new. The iPhones was getting old. All their stuff was getting too out overpriced. People were saying they wasn't willing to pay that much for no phone. Things of that nature have been hurting them for a while, but this was the death blow, right? This was the iron elbow. So, anyways, supply chain concerns. Analysts estimate that the increased tariffs could cost Apple over $33 billion annually, potentially leading to higher consumer pricing and impacting demand. So we'll see what happens with Apple. But if you are an Apple holder, um, you might want to consider what you're willing to lose. Yeah. Anyways, so this is the crazy part, right? And this is where it goes back to market manipulation. Now, I'm not saying that some institution told this guy to put this tweet up, but it's strange timing. The day before this tweet went out, which was Monday, Friday was a horrible day for the stock market. I mean, it was down horrendously, right? So that was Friday. Monday, all you seen over the weekend was investors crying, hedge fund owners. Oh, we lost millions, we lost billions. You see Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports or whatever it's called, his ass over there talking about something. Oh yeah, I lost 20 million so far. First it was 7 million, now it's 20 million. So the reason, and then the very next Monday morning, somebody tweets this fake tweet, right? But this just shows how vulnerable the market is right now, right? So let's talk about it. Market shook by fake tariff tweet. Now, this is the tweet right here. Trump is considering a 90-day pause in tariffs for all countries except for China, right? So early Monday, a viral fake tweet claimed Trump was halting the Wednesday tariffs. Markets spiked briefly. Traders started buying heavy, thinking the trade war was off. But within the hour, the White House confirmed that the tweet was fake. Tariffs still on for April 9th. Markets reversed again as the truth hits the wires. Classic bull trap moment, right? Somebody ate the end of that stick, right? Oh, I knew it was too good to be true. This is why sometimes you have to just lead with common sense. You have to think, with all of this going on, why would the market be going up, right? And why would he halt the tariff 2 days after he did it? Now, keep in mind, that is a Trump move. Trump would do something of that nature, just stop it all of a sudden. But the problem is, you gotta wait to hear that from your source. I ain't ready to just look at no tweet and go start dumping money back into the market. I truly, and now this is just my conspiracy theory. I know y'all probably think I'm crazy, but whatever. I truly believe this was big institutions trying to offset some of their losses, trying to give clients back some of their money that they lost. And they artificially put this tweet out, pumped the market, quick pump and dump, and sold back off. As the price went up, they just sold everything back off. So they could at least make a little bit something back before the market tanks again. Now, I also believe that same sentiment happened today. Now, there was no fake tweet today, but like I told y'all before when I was showing y'all the all the indices, the market was up a little bit today. The Dow was up. So I definitely think there's some deep market manipulation going on. People are trying to save face, and I'm talking about big money people, right? So that's just my conspiracy theory, though. But we will see, right? All right. So this reminds us that the markets can move off headlines, even fake ones. Retail traders got caught slipping if they chased the rally, which is go back to why institutions use retail investors as suckers, right? Even emotional moves equal risky trades. Stick to the plan and trust your setup, right? So, speaking of tweets, of course, our president has time to get on the internet and tweet all the time, right? So, this is what I was talking about the new tariffs, right? So, retaliation coming. Global trade tensions heat up. Trump tweeted out, any country that hits us with tariffs will be met with even stronger U.S. tariffs. America will not be taken advantage of anymore. That sent shockwaves through the global markets. Now countries like China, Canada, and the EU talking about clapping back with their own tariffs. What does this mean for us, right? It's guaranteed to lead to higher prices on imported goods. That means everything, almost everything, will be more expensive unless it's U.S. made, which is minimal things, right? Stocks with global supply chains, tech, auto, industrials might feel the pressure, right? So we're talking about construction equipment, um, tech, cars. And the crazy thing is, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. See, this is the things people aren't gonna tell you. I work a 9 to 5, right? I work at a diesel supply store, a warehouse. We do is import, export, ship out products, and we also, fix diesel machines and things of that nature. So our supply chains have been halted and messed up because of the things that are going on. So when people just act like, oh, we're not gonna feel it, these ain't gonna be no real effect, and Trump is up there lying on TV saying, oh, Americans aren't gonna feel these tariffs, they're not gonna have higher prices. That is straight up bullshit. I'm gonna just call it what it is. I'm sorry, YouTube. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. There's literally no way possible that average people are not going to feel these tariffs, especially if they last, right? So that's guaranteed you're going to be paying higher prices. Guaranteed. And I'm not talking about a little bit, I'm talking about a lot bit because prices were already high, right? So now you're paying even more. Interest rates are already kind of high, right? So, I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't understand how this is going to help at all. Um, we are consumer economy. 70% of our GDP is from consumers. Um, if people stop buying shit, we're done. Cooks. Finito. So I don't see the end game. And we're gonna talk about it on the next slide, but I just don't see the end game. But anyways, safe havens like gold and defensive ETFs like VIG might pop, right? So just keep that in mind. People are gonna be moving their money around. They're gonna be trying to see what they can do. So this is the slide that I really want to talk about, right? This is what everybody really wants to know. Will these tariffs achieve the goals that the Trump administration wants them to achieve? Now, I have my own opinions, but I want to show y'all a poll that CNN Smirkanish, I think his first name is Michael, and he's a person from CNN. He put up a poll on his social media, and it says, will the Trump administration tariffs ultimately be good or bad for the United States? Now, these are ordinary people answering the poll. We don't know who these people are. They're not like a focus study, so I don't know who answered this, right? It could all be skewed because I know people going to say, oh, them polls could be skewed, whatever. Okay, whatever. It might be skewed. But apparently from this poll, 92.2% of people said that they think these tariffs are going to be bad for the United States. You do with that information what you will. But let's assess, right? Let's really talk about it. So the public opinion, right? And this is based on Reuters and IPS OS, right? These are sources that I got this information from. There's more sources there, but it doesn't say the name, right? So they've done their own poll. Reveals that 73% of Americans are anticipating a rise in consumer prices over the next 6 months due to the new tariffs. Additionally, 57% oppose these tariffs, with opinions sharply divided along partisan lines, right? So that's what the people think. Economic concerns. Experts warn that these tariffs can lead to higher inflation, like I said before, and potentially trigger a global recession. So now we were going from facing a recession ourselves with the 10-year treasury yield looking ridiculous, but now we're facing a global recession in 3 months of Trump being president. And we still got 3 years. Anyways, as nations retaliate with their own trade barriers, right? So this isn't over. And it's not looking how Trump wanted it to look. I'm going to tell you exactly what Trump thought. He thought people was going to bend the knee. He thought these countries were going to say, look, man, we don't really want to get into all that. Come on, man. We'll allow these tariffs to happen on us. We'll allow you to shake up everything with the whole world. And we'll just continue things as normal. We're not going to push back at all. That is a completely arrogant and stupid response. And yeah, you might have leverage now, but guess what, America? You're not the America from the 50s. You're not super strong ass America, bro. First of all, China has tech that we haven't even dreamed of over here yet. Now, y'all motherfuckers think this shit is a lie. And I keep hearing people say, oh, well, America has the best tech. America has the best tech. First of all, let me tell you something. We might have the best military, which is arguable now because how much of the military even likes Trump? But the point is, the Chinese government just released a jet that is better than the F-19. That's a fact. It's faster, it's stealthier, all that. That's a fact. And that's only what we've seen, what they've let us see. That doesn't even show what they're secretly doing behind closed doors that nobody knows of. China has better tech. They have better EVs. Shit, their economy might be better now. I know they're communists, but the point is, we are not as powerful as we once were. We're not the one that's like, yo, we got everything, y'all don't got shit, so you're going to have to listen to do what we say. That's not how it is anymore. Because now other countries are linking up. What do you think BRICS is doing? You think they just did that just because they was just trying something new? No, BRICS was literally formed because people don't want to be reliant on America for shit like this. This is exactly why BRICS was created. So people can stop being bullied by America and start trading amongst themselves. That's literally the purpose of BRICS. That's why it was created. And then you go and do this and piss everybody off. It does not make sense. It's literally stupid. Now, if every country says, you know what? Yes, America has the biggest consumer base in the world. But if we do business with everybody except you, we'll make up for it. We might lose a little bit, but in the long run, we'll be all right. Are you going to last? Will America last if people stop doing that? And I'm so tired of people saying, oh, yeah, well, you know, they're trying to bring the industries back. Nigga, the industries ain't coming back. They're not coming back, bro. Because if they do, they're just going to have robots. They're not paying a nigga $30 an hour to press a machine all day. They're not going to do that, bro. When they was just paying a nigga $5 an hour in another country. They paying them niggas 70 cents an hour. And you think they going to come over here and give you $25 an hour? Fuck no. It's not going to happen. It's stupid. It does not make sense. And then after Trump leaves office and another president gets in, he might just change everything. Now imagine if a company moved back to America and then the next president says, you know what? That was some Trump shit. I don't really fuck with you. I mean, shit, I ain't giving you the same tax cuts and shit Trump was willing to give you. Now the company that left a beneficial situation came back to America And then the next president go tell him, well, that ain't had shit to do with me. That was Trump. That was some Trump shit. Bro, that is stupid. It does not make sense. And by the next 10 years, robots will be doing most factory jobs. So even if they spent the decade building hella infrastructure here, you don't think they just gonna replace it with robots that don't never need to take a break, that don't need paid time off? They don't need fucking PTO. You want to take your fucking kids to Disney World for spring break and shit. The robot don't do none of that. And they're gonna find ways to recoup that money that they're losing from coming back to America. What do you think that's gonna do to us, regular niggas that work? They're gonna be like, nigga, I'm sorry, we gotta get y'all up out of here. Bring the robots in. I can't keep paying niggas $35 an hour to keep up with housing costs. Build me some robots. You tripping. This shit does not make sense, bro. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's stupid. Now, that's just my opinion. I'm sorry. I had to go on that rant because that shit is dumb. And I'm tired of people saying these dumbass narratives like it's just going to work. No, it's not. By the time the industries come back, human labor won't be the main source of labor. We got AI agents right now that can do 5 people's jobs in one. And it never sleeps. All I need is electricity. It's stupid. And you're pushing away all our allies. The people that actually stuck with us and said, fuck BRICS, now they might go join that shit. Because what do we got to offer them? Don't make sense. It's stupid. Anyways, so what is the international response? Right? Global leaders have criticized the tariffs, with the European Union's Ursula von der Leyen stating that they are a major blow to the world economy, and China is vowing to fight to the end. China's leader said they are vowing to fight to the end. You do with that information what you will. That don't sound like somebody that's scared to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But I've been in a lot of situations and I don't think they scared. To be totally honest with you, I don't see fear in that response. That don't sound like, oh, well, you know, we're going to negotiate with Trump and try to get this resolved quickly. They're not saying that. They like, whatever you want to do. And China's been quiet for a long time. Y'all better go look up China trying to buy the Panama Canal. China has been trying to buy the Panama Canal. If you think I'm crazy, look it up. Why would they need that? They getting us surrounded. I'm telling you, y'all better stop playing with China, bro. China is not the old China. Anyways, so why does all this matter? Is because we hear a lot of news about it's working, it's not working. Oh, you know, you got the MAGA side saying, oh, well, you know, it's working. People have already vowed to give $2 trillion in investments to the country and whatever. The other side saying it's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm not on either side, to be honest. I just don't want to take no L. Right? I think we're taking an involuntary L. We're taking some shit that it don't need to happen. There's other ways of doing, even with the tariffs, there's other ways of implementing the tariffs better than this. I don't see it working, and I don't see the point. But you know, the main thing you need to worry about is your price is going to be higher, and the stock market is going to be super volatile throughout all of this. Like just like that tweet, any little news of things changing up, it's going to change the market. So I think I got it. All right, so the final word is just stay ready, right? Don't just watch stocks, learn the game. Um, I would look into US based plays and recession resistant stocks. Don't panic. Use your red days to build long term positions. Um, we gonna make it out of the other side of this. When I have no clue, but eventually, I don't think US can really sustain this. The point is, I think Trump is like if you play poker, Trump is bluffing. He's acting like he has a handful of cards. And I think China and all the other countries can tell that he's bluffing. They're not super sure yet, but as this plays along, they're either going to be able to tell that he's bluffing or some type of military action is going to get taken. And that's the worst case scenario. And I pray to God that doesn't happen. So, yeah. Other thing is, one last thing I'm gonna say before I leave. Please, there's gonna be a lot of people coming out the woodworks telling you, "Oh, the stock market is down. It's time to invest. It's time to invest, y'all." Make sure you do your own research and really do research, not just look up Google what is a stock and then go buy one. Please do some actual research before you or contact a financial advisor because these people are going to lead you to oblivion. These people are the same people that tell you buy meme coins. They're the same people that told you to buy NFTs. Every time there's a new thing going on and it starts trending, all of these fake investors come out the woodwork. Yeah, man, you should start investing. Da, da, da. It's a gambler's mentality. These are your FanDuel and Prize Picks niggas. They coming out the woodwork. They looking for that next big gamble to hop on. Don't fall into that trap with them. Yes, there will be opportunity within this to make money out on the long term out of this, right? And also there's money to be made while the stocks are dropping on the put side. But if you're a very, very beginner person, you need to be very cautious about what you're putting your money into and where it's going and how much you're putting in. Because, yeah, you can make a lot, but you can also lose a lot. A lot. I mean, there's people you just go look up how much money people was losing when them tariffs got announced. I mean, it was all over my flip. Like, it was all over my page. I mean, every scroll I'm seeing somebody, I'm down $10,000. I just watched my 401k take a 30K nosedive. I'm watching all these things happen. I'm watching hedge fund managers crying on camera. I'm sorry, I lost y'all millions of dollars. Like, bro, it's crazy. Like, it's shit going on out here. So don't treat this like some prize pick. This ain't you betting on LeBron James over and under. You're going to lose money. I promise you if you treat it like that. Do some real research or contact a professional. Don't be a dumbass with your savings. You're going to spend your life savings and you ain't never going to make a dollar out of that market. Because as soon as you start losing money, you're going to get scared. You're going to pull out. You're going to take an L. And then you're going to be like, man, the stock market, that shit ain't shit, man. I knew I shouldn't have invested. No, you should have just invested smarter. Don't be a dumbass. Don't have a gambler's mentality. All right. That's all I got for y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, man. I'm coming at y'all every Tuesday on YouTube, 8:30 p.m. God bless, man. Stay prayed up and stay smart, man. All right.